Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to look at an Excel function called the VLOOKUP, also known as the vertical lookup. You might be wondering, what does lookup mean? Well, lookup means looking up for any values for a given data. So like we have here, this is an employee info. We have here on column A the employee ID, we have the name, and then we have the designation. Along with this data set, we also have a small table here that includes the same variables, that is the employee ID, the name and designation, and then we have some blank cells here as well. So now we want to make something within our Excel worksheet so that if we input or provide a particular unique employee ID in this particular cell here, then the employee name and designation related to this unique employee ID will be automatically shown in these cells. So in cases where you are providing a given information and based on that particular information, Excel looks for the values you want and shows the values to you. That is the whole purpose and task of the VLOOKUP function. So it is actually called V or vertical lookup because we are actually searching for information vertically, that is from top to bottom, because the formula we are going to set to build the VLOOKUP formula, like the whole thing we are going to explore, the function and the formula is going to deal with these data sets vertically. That is why it is called VLOOKUP. So let's create such automated thing by the VLOOKUP function in this particular worksheet. We can see the employee ID in this particular then we have a blank green cell besides it. We are going to include a list of drop down that includes all the employee ID so that we can click the drop down and select the employee ID we want and then find the information of that particular employee. So let's go ahead and do this. So the first thing we're going to do is to click on this particular cell. That is the green cell. Then we'll proceed to the data tab, and then under the data tab we'll go to data validation, and then under here, so the next thing we'll do is on this allow criteria, then we click on it to see the whole drop down, and then we select list. And for source, our source data will be the employee ID column, so we click it, and here ignore blank has been checked, in-cell drop down has been checked, and then we click on apply. So here we can see now that we have all the employee ID here now as a drop down, so you just click on whichever one you want, like that. So the next thing we are going to do is to make use of the VLOOKUP function. And why is this necessary? So that each time we input or we select any employee ID, we'll be able to see the name and then the designation of that employee. So let's start by our equals sign and then VLOOKUP. Click on it. So we need 4 things. We need to provide 4 things here. First is the lookup value, which is the employee ID. Then the table array, which will contain the whole data set. Then we have the column index number, and then we have the range lookup. So let's start. So the lookup value will be our employee ID. Yes, so what we'll do is, because we don't want this value to change, we're going to still use it in our designation. So what we'll do is to lock it, and to lock it, as I said, or we have in our previous video, use the $sign. So we'll lock the column number and the row number as well. Then we have a comma sign. So the next thing is the table array. So select what table we are working with. Okay, and then we'll also log this because we don't want the value to change as well. Introduce the $sign here, then a comma sign. So our column index number, of course, what we are looking at is a name and is on column B, but we need it. We need a numeric value for it. So we have here. So our employee ID would be 1. So this will be 2, and this will be 3. So for here, we'll just put 2, then comma. So for this, we want an exact match. We'll select false, exact match, click on it, and then we close our bracket, and then we hit enter. So we can see what we have here. So for each time we want a different employee ID, we change it, and we'll see we'll get a different name. So let's do the same thing for designation. So all we have to do is to make things easier. So we'll come down right here at the end of the cell, and then we double click. Just a minute. Sorry, I'm working with Excel on the web, so hence the whole loading process. So there we have it. So the only thing we'll do is to make a few changes, and that will be just on the column index number. So instead of 2, since the designation is on column 3, that is C, we'll have 3 here, and then click on enter, and there we have it. So for each time we select a different employee ID, we have their name and we have their designation. So that is it. That is how to make use of the VLOOKUP Excel function, which is very useful. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and do not forget to subscribe. Hit that subscription button below so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. And if you have any question, do well to do that in the comment section. I will be waiting for you there, and I'll answer all of your questions. Thank you very much.